YouTube friends. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Crystal Stevens. This, of course, is my YouTube channel. I teach first grade, and I've always been really bad about telling people to subscribe, but I know that I should. So if you want to get more videos, then please subscribe. I try to vlog every week. This is week 3 of the school year, and what I thought I would talk about in this, we're starting to introduce more and more things as we go through. The last time I talked about a lot of our passwords and that kind of thing, I thought I would do like a series of each app that we do and just really short videos of like, this is the app and this is what we do. So if you have a specific app that you want to know about that I don't know what all I mean, it might be a long series. I might just do it as we introduce it and just add that to my weekly vlogs that I do. But what I wanted to talk about, I actually had a request for somebody to talk about Words Their Way. And in this vlog today, we introduced Words Their Way for the first time this year. And what we decided was to take everybody, regardless of what they did on their spelling inventory, because we did our spelling inventory last week. And so regardless of what they did on their spelling inventory, we decided to take everybody and put them at the same list for the first week. Now that is not their spelling, that's not what level they're on. We just thought it would make it easier for us as teachers to introduce it all at the same time. And so we decided to start with, sorry, I'm getting a little close. We decided to start with sort 27. And the reason why is because if you go in the lower sorts, they have pictures and then you only spell like the first part of it, like the digraphs or that kind of thing, or you match up the letters. And a lot of kids might be at that level, but we wanted to teach them how to do sorts all together so that when they do get to different levels, they kind of know how to do that. So we started with like a little bit more difficult one. Some of them may move up from this, some of them may move behind and down from this, depending on what their spelling inventory indicates for us. But this is the sort that we decided to start on, and in my video, in the part that I'm going to add after this, you'll see me introducing this. And we do this every time, but sometimes it might be a smaller group, so I have to split them into separate groups. But so whenever that we sort this, they cut all these out. I have them put their initials on the back, and then we go through the sounds and what they sound like, and then we write it in their planner. And then during the week, they have these folders, and these are just some old Take Home Tuesday folders that our school bought for us. And actually, a couple of kids actually have the ones that are homework folders, but they don't really know the difference. Once it has their name in it, it doesn't matter. But it just says Words Their Way on this side. But this is why that I really like using these folders as opposed to some of the other things, because I can slip right in this little back pocket the sort, and so they don't have to pull that in and out. And then inside it just has 2 pockets in there, and they don't worry about that. But I put a manila envelope, one of the smaller ones, and inside that envelope they put their baggie that has their words for that week, and then they can sort them. And I'll talk more about the sorts that we do and the type of sorts when I teach that to them. So we're going to go through our sort today together, and we're going to make sure that we know how these words fit on our sort. And we're going to do that together. Normally, it would not be together. Normally, it's going to be on your own, that you're going to do it all by yourself. So let's talk about what you're going to get right now. So you're going to get a folder, and this folder is going to stay in your, who remembers? Not in your desk.
In your folder.
Not in your folder.
On your book bag.
Not your book bag.
Pocket.
Not your pocket.
Your bucket.
Your bucket, your book bin. It's going to stay in your book bin. And when you need it, you go get it. And then you use it. And then where are you going to put it back up? In your book bin. Now, you're going to get a folder. In that folder, you're going to have an envelope, or you're going to get an envelope. What goes in this envelope when you're finished?
Our bag.
Your bag with your words in it. So you should never have words floating around the room that are yours because they should be in your envelope. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this and this.
You're so nice.
On the back, this is the other really important thing. Do you see this sort? It's in the pocket. Do you have any reason to take it out of the pocket?
No.
Absolutely not. It should not be out of the pocket. You sort right on the top of the page. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So we're going to practice that. I'm going to give you your folder first. You go ahead and take your words out and start sorting them the way you think they should be. So you sort them the way you think they should, and we're going to check that together. Is everybody ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so our kiddos are sorting their words. They're doing a great job.
I don't. That kind of picture took it.
I didn't take your picture.
On video.
Some are already finished. Some are almost finished. They're working hard, matching those letters up and those sounds up. Next time, sort it on your folder. That's what you have a folder for. Next time, sort it on your folder. See, look at the back of the folder. Turn it over.
You got it.
Oh, makes it much, much easier. Good job.
No, I don't have enough pictures. No, I don't have. I can't find them.
Good job.
I like video myself.
If your cat is not in your first column, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Next, I'm going to put hot. And then I'm going to put sit. It might be the same. If it's not, don't move yours. Just look and pay attention to which one each one of them goes in. So I'm just going to pick up my words. And this is how you do a regular sort. This is just setting all your words out. And we just pick the column that they go in. We're not trying to do it as fast as we can. We're just looking at the words and figuring out where they go. So I'm going to model this for you. Is everybody ready? Okay. So I'm going to pick up my word and I'm going to do the sounding out. At. Where does it go? Cat. So make sure that anywhere in that column, make sure that you have the word pat. Ought. Ought. It goes in the hot column. It. It goes in the sit column. Ought. Hot. Okay, so take your whole bag of words and put it, I'm going to borrow yours for just a second. So you're going to take your whole bag of words, the whole thing, and you're going to open your envelope and you just slip it right into that envelope and then just flip the flap down. Don't lick it. Don't use this metal clasp. Just put it in there, flip the flap down. That's all you have to do. It won't matter that that doesn't stay down. Just throw that away. It's from last year. So you're going to take that whole envelope and you're going to put it in the pocket of your folder and put it where your name is facing out. So you're going to put that just like that, where your name is facing out. Put it in there. Just throw it away. Okay, now, I'm waiting for everybody to have it in their folder. Okay, now, do you see underneath your name on that folder, on that envelope, it says your name, and then underneath it in blue, it says same as Google. On your, instead of making you another sheet, class, I didn't want to write out another password for you because you already have the password and login that you need for Spelling City. because, just like I put here, it is the same as Google. So on your email, on your password page that's in your pencil box and in your planner, you have a Google password. It says Google at the top. So get out your pencil box. And Google is the one that's in purple. Google is the one that's in purple. So do you see your username? And then your password? That's what you're going to put in for Spelling City. That's why that I didn't write it separate here, because you don't need me to write it separate. It's the same as Google, and you already have it. So instead of making a whole new one, you just know it's the same as Google. I also wanted to update you about something really exciting, or that I'm excited, and I've wasted most of my afternoon trying to work on this. I actually bought a printer, and I'm super, super excited because, I had a good printer at home, but it wasn't an HP, and no, it was a Brother. And then I had an older HP that wasn't eligible for Instant Ink. So I wanted one that I would be able to use the Instant Ink program with, and I wanted it to be here in my classroom. And so I searched, and I wanted one kind of small because I don't have a lot of space to keep one in here. The cool thing is I ended up finding a purple one, which is like the best. So I'll show it to you. So there's my cute little adorable printer. The problem therein lies that because it's being set up through a school network, I tried to set it up myself, and apparently tech has to come in and do that. So I spent all afternoon, when I have like all of this that I need to get done, I spent all that time trying to get it set up. And so I was really kind of upset and frustrated by the end of that I didn't get it set up after doing all that. But I sent a message to tech, and hopefully they'll be able to come tomorrow or the next day and set it up. I can use the printer. It's just not set up through Instant Ink. So it's not really an issue, I guess, until I run out of ink of that and I'm ready for the next printer cartridges. So it's not that I can't use it. It's just not set up for that yet. So this week we're hopefully going to get most of our, we almost have to. I don't know when the deadline is. We're still M-classing. We're still doing a lot of that. M-class has changed this year. So a lot of our kids are scoring much, much lower than they ended the year on, and then we anticipated. So we have a lot of work to do this year. So I've got to really hammer down and get a lot of things in place to teach them those skills so that they will be successful when they're retelling stories. And so that's where those buckets that I was referring to in one of my previous videos are really going to come in handy. I'm trying to get more in depth with my skills and not my skills, but my student skills, and go deeper when I'm teaching the lessons, even while we're still doing M-class. And that's really hard because I feel like I'm pulled in a lot of different directions. I really want to devote a lot of my time to teaching them things, and then I need to devote a lot of my time to get the testing done so we can get on with things. So I feel like I'm caught in this catch-22, this really weird place where I don't feel like I'm being successful. Today was a rough day, really, really rough day. And a lot of it comes from the fact that up until this point, I have rewarded, hoping that it would work, like reverse psychology, or not really reverse psychology, but just psychology in general, that I was hoping that it would work for me to give a lot of rewards to the ones that are getting their work done, and the ones that are doing the right thing, and the ones that are getting their own task and they're working hard. I was hoping that by rewarding them, that it was going to show the ones who didn't get their stuff done that they weren't going to get that reward. And so then it would like inspire them and motivate them to get that done. And I've got about 5 that's just not working with. So what I did today, it was just hard because we did the opposite. And so I had to take away dojo points, and I had to sit people by themselves, and I had to stay on them to get their work done. And so I feel like that I wasn't able to reward the ones that were getting their work done, and I feel like I was fussing all day, and I don't like feeling like that. Plus, I feel really, really bad. I'm having a really bad time with my lupus, my shoulders and my hips primarily, and especially for whatever reason my left hip. I mean, it honestly feels like it's popped out of socket. And I'm actually getting an appointment with the ortho because I don't know that it's not. I mean, it hurts that bad. So I'm kind of not feeling well. So then it makes everything exasperated whenever that it happens. And I probably wasn't fussing as much as I think I was, but I just feel like I was fussing all day long, and I don't like that. I did bring in another trapezoid table today. I wanted 2 more desks because I got a new student last week, in the middle of the week. So I got a new student, and by getting that new student, it made, I didn't have any more desks, so I had to put them at my trapezoid tables. Well, I really only wanted 4 at my 2 trapezoid tables, so it made it very crowded to put a 5th one in there, not for their seating, but to put their things on the top of the desk, and they just didn't have room to work, and it just wasn't working. So I asked for more desks. They didn't have any more. So then I was like, well, what's my options? And so they thought they had, my desks are gray. I guess they had other desks, they're just not gray, and I'm a little OCD about that kind of stuff. So I didn't want the dark wood desk or the light wood. I wanted the gray ones. So they didn't have it. So then the trapezoid table, the one that was wooden, like my trapezoids are, they already, or somebody had broken the leg on it, so it wasn't fixable. But they had a gray top one, and I figured, well, it matches my desks, so I'll just put it in the middle. We'll make the best of it. So I brought it in. So I'm hoping by separating that out a little bit, maybe it'll help people to be a little bit more focused and to get their work done. That's kind of my goal in that. So yeah, that's about it. My room looks disastrous. I had to leave right away on Friday. I went to my rally, and I had a great time. I had a lot of fun, but I didn't get to devote the time to my class or my school, and so I just felt very rushed whenever that I had to leave out. And with starting Words Their Way, which was a new program, I felt even more out of sorts because I didn't feel prepared for what I needed to do when I came in today. And then with and I don't know if it was like the rain, I don't know what it was. It's just, I felt like my class was not on it like they have been, and some of them were, like the majority of them were, but it's like the ones that were not on it were really not on it. And I'm sure you all have days like that, and we have days like that as parents. I mean, my kids aren't always on it. I have a lot of days that my kids aren't on it, so I get it. And I don't know, like I said, if it was like just the Monday morning blues, the weekend, or it's going to be our first real full week. I mean, we had the first week that was full week, but this is like work, like getting to work. And what I keep telling parents is this is the easy work. And so if they're already having a difficult time getting this work finished, it's just going to snowball into worse and worse problem if we don't nip it in the bud right now. And that's why that I'm so strict about it right now. And it's, I heard another YouTuber say, sweat the small stuff, and I like that. That's his statement, not mine, but I do stay on every little thing. And so what that means by doing that is that some parents who maybe have never had a dojo message all through kindergarten of not necessarily negative, but just to the fact that their child needs to improve in an area, if they've never had that message before, and then I'm the one that sends that message, then sometimes that can be sensed as negative. And it's not that I'm trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be very helpful when it needs to be helpful. And like I said, if it gets into the habit that I can just not do my work, then when it is important and they have to do their work, they still won't do their work. So it's just one of those really important things that it's not that I'm trying to be a stickler, I'm trying to be really mean, but it just has to be done. And it does make me feel like the bad guy, and it does make me feel, I guess, the mean teacher. But everybody has to do it, and you do it because you love them. But it sometimes is hard. They're starting to get more into the routine of getting their work finished. Some of my kids who were very capable. I mean, and the thing is, here's the statement that I want to make about getting that work done. Not one child who was punished today for not getting their work done is not capable of getting that work done. Like, I didn't punish a child who is super capable, who is not capable of getting their work done because they didn't get it done. And it's like handwriting. It's like writing a sentence that you're copying. And today it was like copying your planner, which they have to do, which is, I'll show you, like every week they have to copy their planner. And they have a long time to do it. So it's not like I expect them to do it in 5 minutes. They have a long time. And then they had to copy their words, which most of the time we don't have this many words, but they're very short. And most kids were able to do it in 10 minutes. And they had 20 minutes to do it. And I had other kids who after 20 minutes still didn't have it finished. And, there's 24 words. If you think about that, 24 minutes would be a minute a word for that. That's a long time. I mean, they had plenty of time to finish it, even if you struggle with that. And for the ones who I know had trouble looking on the board and copying it off, I put my planner right in front of them. Or I got another person's planner who wrote very neatly, put it in front of them, and put them at different places so that they could get it done. And then some of them still couldn't get it done. So that's the kind of things that I'm talking about, of not able to do the work because you're choosing not to do the work. Playing around, goofing, getting up out of your seat so many times. I've got several who are trying it over on me about going to the bathroom. And the ironic thing is, like, I don't want anybody to have accidents. I mean, that's the farthest thing that I want. And I don't want to keep anybody who really needs to go to the bathroom from going to the bathroom. However, in last Thursday, Friday, and then today, I've had 3 different children who have asked me numerous times to go to the bathroom right after we just went to the bathroom. And I said, well, you need to get your work finished. You need to get this finished, and then you can go. And they did get their work finished, but then they never asked me to go to the bathroom again. And they never went another time. Like, we didn't have, like, another time that we went. And so it was very odd. Like, did you really not have to go to the bathroom? Did you forget that you had to go to the bathroom, or were you just trying to get out of your work? So that's kind of, they're trying to push my buttons, and I'm trying to see where their parameters are. So at this time of the year, it does get kind of tough, and you have to, like, prove yourself that you really do mean something. And if that means going to the phone, if that means sending messages, then you have to do that. And sometimes you are perceived as the bad guy, and you just have to hold your ground, and you have to have some pretty thick skin about that. And I've always had really super supportive parents, but then I always do the right thing by my kids. And I know that I am doing what I need to do, so I can back that up. If you're not, then you need to fix that so that you can back yourself up. And if you're not sure if you're doing the right thing, like if you're afraid that the parents are going to perceive it a different way, then it's probably, you probably don't believe in what you're doing enough to back it up. You have to have a reason. And I realize that sounds very trivial, But if you have a reason why that you're doing what you're doing, most of the time parents can understand that, and they will normally back you up. It's not a parents against teacher kind of thing. It's a parents and teacher working together for the child kind of thing. And we're all in it for the kid. So you just have to keep that in mind sometimes. And when they do attack you, you have to remember I had a great superintendent. I mean, the best superintendent ever that used to tell us they are sending you their very best. They don't have another extra kid hiding in the closet that they're holding back on you. They are sending you their very best, and that is their baby. And so when they come at you, you have to remember that that is their very best kid, the very best one of what they have that they're sending you, and they're sharing it with you. And they're just as defensive as you would be if it were your baby. So I try to keep that in mind, and I try to approach it in that direction. So when a parent does question me, I don't take offense to it. I try to explain it as best I can so that we're on the same page. So I hope if that is a problem that you have, that you can get over that. That's not something that you're nervous about, because parents, I don't know that they always mean to attack us like they do, but sometimes it is, and we just have to be prepared for that and understand why we do what we do, that it is for the best of the child. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm sure I'll vlog more this week, but I'm going to go ahead and post this one today, since I do have the introduction to Words Their Way in there. And then if I do any more, I will definitely update you. Please subscribe and come back for more channels. And if you watch to the end of this video, I so appreciate your support. Thanks.